methods. Okay, so that's why I told you, like, yeah, good morning, Nagaraja. It will be more powerful when compared to any other programming languages. String in Python is very, very, very powerful because of a lot of concepts like slicing and all. It is very powerful. So we have methods like capitalize, title, lower, upper. Okay, is lower, is upper, swap case, is digit, is alpha numerical. All these methods are case related methods. Then we started actually next category called finding and replacing method. We discussed three methods in this category till now: that find method, index method, and count method. So we seen that find method search for a target string from a given string. Okay, so it takes this syntax like substring, starting index, and the ending index. If you give a substring, it will return you the index of where the string begins. Otherwise, it will return -1. Index will search the target string from a given string. It also take the same syntax: substring, start index, and the end index. But the difference here is if the string is not found, it returns you an error. Uh, and count actually returns you the number of times the particular letter or the word repeats in the given string. So if I ask them, please tell me how many times this L repeated, then it tells you that L repeated for 3 times. And if I ask them to just check for the character which is not available, then it will tell you that it repeated for zero number of times. Okay, it repeated for zero number of times. So let me go for the next category now. Okay, the next thing I would like to talk about is the replace one. Okay, let's talk about the replace method, the fourth method in this category called the replace method. Okay, the fourth method called replace method. Okay, so to go one step further and replace to a given substring with a new string, we can use the replace method now. So what is this replace method will do? Basically, the replace method replaces the occurrence of a substring with a string actually. Okay, it is going to replace. Let me use a proper pen. Okay, it's going to replace. Okay, occurrence. Replace the occurrence of substring with a string. Okay, whatever the given string, it will replace the string now. So let me first talk about the syntax of this, and then we'll discuss about this method. The syntax of this method is, it looks like this. Okay, it has a method called replace. Okay, and it takes three parameters again, but the syntax is little different. It will take the old string, it will take the new string, and the count value, which is optional. The count value, which is optional. So it will take the old string and the new string. So old string will be replaced by the new string here. The old string will be replaced by the new string. The count will tell how many times you wanted to replace. How many times you wanted to replace. For example, let's take an example here. For example, we have S is equal to apple. S is equal to apple now. When I say S dot replace, S dot replace, and I will tell them I wanted to replace APP. This is my old string. Okay, some part of the old string. Okay, that's what I told you. Replace occurrence of the substring with the given string. So substring I am giving, not the complete string. So the substring I have given, and what is the thing you wanted to replace? What is the string you wanted to replace with? That I have given. Now the output of this will be tuple. The output of this will be tuple because this AAAPP has been replaced by TUP. Okay, APP has been replaced by TUP. It will become TUPLE. Sorry, it will not be PP. It will be TUPLE, tuple. So that way APP has been replaced by TUP, and that has come as tuple now. So that way I can replace a given string with the main string. Let us see some more examples to get more clarity about it. I'll go with my Python shell, okay, and show you some more examples with this now. For example, if I have a string like this, s is equal to, I have a string called foo, okay, we have bar, we have foo, okay, we have baz, we have foo again, we have qwe, okay, suppose this is a string now, I have taken. Now if I say s dot replace, s dot replace, what I wanted to replace, I wanted to replace uh, foo. Okay, I wanted to replace foo with something called jazz. I wanted to replace foo with jazz. Now tell me what will be the output here now. What will be the output? No, Shikawat, you didn't miss anything. We just started with the first method called replace method. So this is our first method discussing for today. So tell me what it get replaced now. Okay, very good, very good. So every occurrence of the foo gets replaced. That's what the definition says here, that replace occurrence of the substring with the string. Yeah, very good. So all of them gets replaced with jazz now. So you see here, jazz, bar, jazz, baz, jazz, QWE. Okay, so that way you can see here, all of them gets replaced. All of them get replaced. But if you wanted to replace only the first one, not the other one, then you can make use of this count. Then you can make use of count, will tell you how many occurrence you have to replace now. You can see here only the first occurrence got replaced, the other has kept as it is. So that way you can control by using this particular method. Now you can uh, there is nothing like r replace, so that you can convert from right side, okay, but generally uh, our replace will not be there. Can we use to reply to substring at the same time? Can we use to reply? Sorry. Uh, no, this is a syntax, so you cannot apply for two. No, okay. Uh, let's say, for example, you can do that. Okay, like for example, you can say foo comma if it is continuous. If it is continuous, not the other way. Foo comma bar. Okay, you wanted to replace with jazz for one occurrence, then you see here that has been completely replaced. So that string you can give a complete string whichever you wanted to replace. The step string is not necessary to be one. It can be other string as well, but make sure that not to different string like foo and baz will cannot be replaced. So that way you need to be careful. Okay, so it has some limitation. So based on that, you can replace with that. I think we'll go for first exercise. You'll get the usage of this replace keyword where it can be very useful. Okay, so let's go for an exercise now, and then we'll try to understand how this replace actually works. So here is the question. The question says that you have to write a program to so that you remove all the capitalization and the common punctuations, okay, from the given string. Sorry. Okay, so the string is like this, enter a string, and you have hello world, and you have all the punctuations here now. Okay, it's a question to Raj Shekhar, that can you replace more than a substring at the same time. Okay, not at the same time, Raj Shekhar, but in a loop you can do that. I think here you're actually using replace method. So what you can do here is, whenever you find any of the punctuation, replace with an empty string. Okay, that's a good thing. Instead of deleting it, what you can do is, whenever you found these punctuations, any punctuation like comma, semicolon, hyphen, okay, colon, okay, set single quotes, dot, brackets, whatever, if you find any punctuations, you have to replace with an empty string, so it should become hello world now. Can you do this program, guys? Take the string which contains punctuations. Okay, capitalization, let it be. Don't remove capitalization, just remove punctuation. So whatever the given string, you have to replace this with empty string now. so that all punctuations will remove and you will get hello world. Okay, understood question everyone? Yeah, thank you, Bull. Thank you, Aditi. Please complete so that we will solve here. Okay, thank you, Vishwajit. Yeah, thank you, Nagaraja. And I hope it's done. Okay, so Satyam has sent us the code. Okay, you're thinking that if it is an alphabet, you're printing it. Good, but it will not replace, right? It just print it. It will, the same string will not be replaced, Abhishek. It will return a new string. That's true. String is immutable, so it is not going to change the same string. It is going to return. Yeah, no problem, Satyam, no problem. But you can use a replace method in that case, Satyam, so that it completely gets replaced instead of just printing it. Okay? Yeah, it's just printing. So you can completely replace with the help of replace method. Okay, I'll show you. Let's go here. Okay, let's get started with, and I'll open my script. So here is our script now. Okay, now what I will do is I'll accept the string from user. Let's say s is equal to input, and I'll say enter any string. Okay, enter any string. User will enter string. So whatever the user enters the string. Okay, so that string I will replace with all the things. Okay, now what I can do is I can say for loop. Anjali, actually, I didn't started any new topic. It's a continuation of the yesterday's one. Yesterday we discussed about find method, index method, and count method in a category called finding and replacing substring. I continued with the another method called replace method. Okay, just started. No worry. We discuss only one method. We need to finish it off today. So let's go for it. So what I will do now for every character in the I will give the all the punctuations here now. I'll give all punctuations here, comma, okay, dot, semicolon, colon, hyphen, question mark, okay, question mark. Oh, there's a problem with quotation here, so I should not give single quotes here. Okay, this is semicolon, colon, and then I give exclamation. Okay, I'll give exclamation, whatever the punctuations you will get, parenthesis, okay, and double quotes. Okay, even if you wanted to use single quotes, then you can give single quotes by using this one, double quotes, and finally ends the string. This is my string actually. This is my string. Right, now I wanted to replace them, so I can assign them s is equal to s dot replace. The original string get changed now, replace, and I'll say that replace this every character with the empty string. That's all, guys. That's all. Come out and print string, so you will see that all the punctuations will be removed. Okay, yeah, that's true, Satyam. I can use a slash and I can use a single quotes because otherwise it will be treated as an end of the string. So we learn already that how to escape this quotation, so that way I can do that. Now you see, if I run this particular code now, all the string gets replaced. If I enter any string which contains something hello, okay, space world, I will add some punctuations to it. For example, I have added single quotes as well. Okay, I have added single quotes as well. Now I have added this exclamation. I may add a semicolon. Okay, I may add a question mark here. Okay, I then parentheses, everything. So I just done with some string which contains some punctuations. I will press enter. You see, everything got removed. All the punctuations got removed, and simply it got me hello world here. The single quotes, the exclamation, semicolon, question mark, whatever it is there, everything got removed, and finally we got the string here. Yes, that's true, Satyam. Okay, so you can keep adding the punctuations if you feel like, okay, and you can keep adding that, all will get replaced. This is, I think, one of the good example where you have learned that how to replace the things and how it will be useful in the real-time programming. So if you get some kind of things like where you wanted to remove some part of it, so simply you can use replace instead of because there is no delete or method in that. Yeah, that's a hyphen will be replaced by that string. So you will not get a space in between Obul in that case. Okay, Ubul. Okay, so I hope it's clear with the replace method, everyone. Then you can use one more logic, that if there is something like hyphen, you need to add a space in between. That's okay, Ubul. You can write a logic for that. After every word, you can add a space after that. And also you have a split method for that. Don't worry, you can solve that problem very easily. Every problem can be solved in Python, guys. Every problem can be solved in Python, especially with string. I can give you a guarantee that whatever the problem you will get, you can do very easily in Python. Very easily in Python. Let me go for the third category. Okay, we covered the second category actually. Let me go for the third category. See here how many times the object gets created. Kudal, every time it gets replaced by the garbage collector, but it will simply it takes, it will repeat this every time. The hello world takes the same string and it will replace every time, and it will assign to s now. So you can say that based on the punctuation the object gets created, but that's fine because it's, nobody is referring to it. It gets collected by the garbage collector. Unless and until it's eligible for garbage collector, you don't have to worry, Kudal. You don't have to worry, because space at least not a problem. The time will be little consumption. The time gets consumed. That's true. Okay, thank you for the question. Now let's go for the next topic here. Let us get into the category called formatting string. Formatting string. Okay, how to format a string? Let us talk about it. So basically, formatting a string is nothing but adding or removing the thing, spaces and all from, is nothing but the formatting the string. So let us talk about the very useful method in this category. The first method I would like to talk about here is called strip method, mostly used in our programming, called the strip method. So what this strip method will do, let me talk about the syntax first, then we'll talk about what is this method actually do. So basically it will remove the leading and trailing spaces from the string. Okay, it will remove the leading and trailing spaces from the string. For example, you have a strip method and you have a character, it's an optional value. This is a syntax. So what it will do is it will actually strip the characters from the left and right ends of the string. Okay, let me write the definition. It actually removes characters Okay, default is space. Default is space, guys. It will remove character or default is space from from only only left and right, from only left and right end of a string, from only left and right end of the string now. Okay, so that's what it will do. For example, this is a very common mistake people will do, guys. This is a very common mistake people will do whenever I ask them to enter a string from the user, like especially when we are taking a data from the form or something. What people will do is by mistake they will add a space at the beginning or at the end. They'll add some spaces by mistake at the beginning or end. By mistake they will print space and all. So this will create me a problem. This will create me a problem because if I ask them to length of s, it will print the length of s including these characters like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Suppose it will return 9 in this case. Okay, because it actually contains 9 characters. So that will create me a problem because when I try to manipulate on this string, the space is also included because spaces is also treated as a character. So that will be a problem. So while taking input, generally what people will do is they will actually let me just print it out. So I will print the length of s. I will print the length of s. Okay, length of s. Now you will see here that it will be something not expected. So I'll run the code now. Okay, here you can see if I enter the string as something like space space hello. Okay, by mistake I have given this. Now you see it's printing 9. It's printing 9, that is a length. Actually 5 is the length of the string, but it's printing me 9 because it's actually including the spaces and the beginning and the end. So most of the time we don't want these spaces. We wanted to remove this extra spaces given there. Okay, extra spaces given there. Then what generally you see this, what people will do is at the time of taking input itself, they will say strip. At the time of taking input itself, they use strip method so that automatically the leading and trailing spaces will be removed. The leading and trailing spaces will be removed. Now you give any spaces in beginning and end, no problem, it will simply tell you the length is 5 only. So that way strip method is one of the very useful method, like a trim function in Excel. Yes, Udit, even we have this trim method in Java as well. Okay, yeah, but it will not remove the spaces in between, guys. That's what I told you very clearly in the definition. It will only remove from the beginning and the end. Okay, beginning, left or right spaces only. In between it will not remove, Satyam, because that spaces make sense. If you add spaces in between, that may be making space sense. You can remove by using that replace method if you wanted to replace from in between. Otherwise it will only remove the leading and trailing spaces. It will only remove leading and trailing spaces. I told you it can also remove any character as well. It can remove any character as well. First, let me show the example of Satyam, that if we have a space in between, it will not remove space. It will not remove this space. Okay, there will be 13 actually. Actually, it's supposed to be 5 and then 5, okay, which will be 10, but it's giving 13 because in between spaces is also there. In between spaces will not be removed. If you wish to print s and check, then you will get some idea. Let's print s as well, then you will see that it's not removing. Actually it's not removing. So I'll take the same string, I'll copy it, paste it here, and you can see here that it prints me hello world, but spaces from the beginning has been removed, but in between it has been kept same. So that way between spaces will not be removed, only it will remove the leading and trailing spaces in that. Okay, Satyam, you got it? Any questions, guys? Okay, so sometimes if you give any other character and you wanted to strip that character, you know that sometimes you get dollar from dollar as a beginning and ending character, then you can remove that. Okay, you can remove that. Like for example, you enter a string. Okay, you enter a string, but here you will have some dollars actually. Okay, suppose it starts with dollars and end with dollars or something. Then you wanted to strip this dollar, so any character you can skip this, you can remove that character, and you can give that, you can get that string as it is. So that way the leading and trailing characters can be removed, not only spaces, you can remove any given character, any given character. But there are two more methods like lstrip and rstrip, which will only remove the left side or the right side, which will only remove the left side and the right side. Now, if I enter this string now, it will only remove me the characters from the left side and the right side. It will remove the characters from the left side, sorry, left side, because I'm using lstrip will only remove from left side. And similarly, if I do rstrip, then it will remove from right side only. So these are the methods available called lstrip and rstrip, where it will remove the string either from left or from right. Now you see only the characters from the right side got removed and left side kept as it is now. Left side kept as it is. So that way you can make use of this strip method. I hope it's clear, guys. The use of the strip method and how useful it can be to remove the leading and trailing spaces. Yeah, thank you, Bull. Okay, thank you. So we also have in this one you have something like center method which makes the string to the center. Okay, adjust method will adjust from the right side and the left side. So these are the methods comes in the formatting. So please go through with that. Let me go for the next important method. So let's go to this little bit about this category. So I'll go for the next category now. The next category I would like to talk about is okay. The next category here, the fourth category I would like to talk about, converting between string and list. Okay, generally how to convert. This is again the next important category, converting between strings and list. List is our next data type actually to be discussed. So let's see how to convert between string and list together. Okay, so we do have a couple of methods here. Interestingly, we have a method called okay, let's talk about it. We do have a method here, call it as split method. Okay, the first category I would like to talk about here is this split method. Split method. What it will do actually splits a string into a list of substrings actually. What it will do, yeah, yeah, definitely. I will just show you the strip method. Yeah, Shikawa, sorry, I didn't saw your text. So please, I hope it's clear, Shikawa. Okay, so I hope you have taken it. So I will go here and talk about split method. Okay, so basically the split method, what it does is it splits a string, splits a string into a list of substrings, into a list of substrings, into a list of substrings actually. Okay, yeah, Obul, definitely I'll do that. Okay, I'll do that. So split actually splits a string into a list of substrings actually. It's very interesting method as you have seen in our previous examples as well. But let me show you the syntax first of all. Let me show you the syntax of this particular thing. And what is the syntax of the split method? The split method takes two parameters actually. The split method takes two parameters. What are the two parameters it takes? The first parameter is a separator. The default value is none, which is a space actually, and the max split. Max split, which is actually -1, which is actually -1. Let us see some example of the split method and see some real-time scenarios of the split method, actually how it can be very useful in the real-time program. So let's go here and see one example. If you have any string like this, s is equal to hello world. If you have a string like s is equal to hello world, then if you use something like l is equal to s dot split, what this split will return you is the list. What it will return you? List of substrings. So the output will be okay, first it contains hello in the form of list, and it will contain world. That's why I told you the topic what we are discussing is converting between string and list. So if you have a string and you want to get a list out of it, by using some delimiter, you can just tell them, just split them into separate things. Very, very useful, guys. Very useful, so that you can convert the string to list, and so that you can extract the things properly. Let me go with one example. You will get more clarity about it, that how useful this can be. But first thing is very clear that it converts into list and gives you the list now. Okay, let me go for an example now. So here, if I can show you, I'll close this screen. Okay, I'll run this once again. Okay, I'll remove everything and I'll run once again. Okay, for example, you have taken a date. Imagine you have taken a date. Date is equal to, okay, or it's a variable, so I'll start with a small letters. Date is equal to, you have taken a date now. What is the date? For example, you have taken today's date. Let's say 9, okay, 9 hyphen, I will tell you 9 hyphen 7, okay, hyphen 7 hyphen or slash is okay, I slash 7 slash 2020. Now I've given a date and you wanted to know year and the month or the day, whatever you wanted to know. What you can do is you can simply say L is equal to date dot split. Date dot split. First thing I will tell you that split method can use a delimiter. You can tell separator is equal to, you can tell them separator is equal to hyphen. Separator is equal to hyphen. When you say separator is equal to hyphen, then it will treat it as a hyphen now. When it will be treated as a hyphen. First thing I will tell you that it converted into a list. So L will be of type list first of all. So first of all, we know that date dot split converts into the list now. Second thing, when I print L, you see that 9 has been separated, 7 has been separated, and 2020 has been separated. Now I can print accordingly, right? L of 0 will print you the first thing, which is 9. L of 1 will print you 7. L of 1 will print you 7, and L of -1 will print you 2020. So that way I can extract day, month, and the year separately if you want. So this can be one of the real-time use case of this split method. Splitting them into parts, and then you wanted to extract the individual character out of it. So that will be very, very interesting. You can make use of this split now. Let me tell you what is this max length is all about. Let me tell you what is this max length is all about. Now what I can do is I can use this one, and this time I can also use the max length. I will tell them that do not split. I can say max length is equal to max length, max split, I think, right? Yeah, it's not max length, it's max split. Max split is equal to, I can say them max split by only 1. Then what happens now? If I print L, it will split on the only one side. It did not split out the complete string as you see here now. Because I wanted to only get day, the month and year, I wanted to keep it as it is. So you can say max split is equal to 1. Got it, Kudal? What is mean by none and what is mean by -1? -1 means no, don't consider any max split. If you say max split is equal to 1, it will split by only 1. Similarly, you also have R split. You also have R split where it will split from only right side. It will split from right side now. So you'll find something reverse now. That L, if I print, it will split from right side actually. That way I'll get only year separated, the month and the day will left as it is. I hope these examples making it clear what is meant by split method and R split method. Okay. Yeah, thank you Vishwajit. Thank you Satyam. Yeah, thank you Snehal. So very useful method, split method. I think let's go with Aditi's question. Like Aditi was concerned about this question since long. So let us go and solve that problem now. The next lab exercise we have here is uh, write a program to capitalize the first and last letter of each word. Okay. I think Rajshekhar, you will get this in this example, you'll get more clarity. But I will others you can start doing it. Okay. I hope this is what you're talking about, Aditi, right? Starting and ending letter to be make it as capital. I think these all exercises. Yeah, you did now. Yeah, that's wonderful, Aditi. Okay, guys, these all I think I have added few of them in our assignment as well, and I hope you have already started doing assignment two, especially the string programs, both from level one and level two, guys. Both from level one and level two parallelly you can do. Basically, must solve level one. Level two, if you are facing problem, let me know. Okay, so I will explain once again. Meantime, others can try this exercise. Rajshekhar, you can see here the split method I was talking about. So I have taken a date here and I wanted to split based on this delimiter called hyphen. Okay, sorry, slash instead of space. By default, it will split by space, Rajshekhar. If you wanted to split based on your character, then you can give separator because I told you it takes two arguments. One is separator, one is max split. Separator is by default none and max split. Yeah, I will see that, Aditi. Okay, what was the question? If I know, we can solve that question as well. Now you can see the split methods takes two parameters, the separator and the max split. The separator is by default none and max split is by default -1. So if you say hello world, it splits based on the spaces here. It splits based on the spaces. But if you wanted to split based on your delimiter, splits based on your delimiter, then you can do this. Okay, slash, so that it will split you based on the slash now. Now you see 9/7/2020, that is today's date. Now I have split them, so it 9 became separate, it becomes 7 and 2020. So it will convert into list actually. Wherever it finds this delimiter, it will separate and it will convert into a single element of list. It will convert into single element of list now. So the first one we got 9 here, second we got 7, then we got 2020. And L is equal to date dot split, and you can say separator is equal to hyphen and max split is equal to 1. So that way, if you give max split is equal to 1, then you are telling that only split the first one, remaining one you keep it as it is. Remaining one you keep it as it is. So if you have a very big string, you wanted to only split the first part, remaining you wanted to keep it as it is, then you can make use of max split. Maximum split you wanted to do, that's what max split it tells about. And similarly we have R split as well, where it will split from the right hand side, where it will split from the right hand side. -1 is actually because max split can take only positive characters. Like 0 means don't split anything, 1 means split 1, 2 means split by 2, 3 means split by 3. -1 means don't split anything. Accordingly, you go according to your rule. That's what -1 there, Rajshekhar. After max split 3 item, convert to 2 items into a list. Yes. Okay, let us solve this problem now. Okay, let us solve this problem here. I'll close this screen and let us solve this problem, that how to capitalize the first and the last letter of each word. Each word actually, guys. Okay, so each word, first and last letter of each word. Now I'll accept string from user. I'll accept string from user now. Okay, and I will strip any spaces and all, will always better we use strip every time. Okay, every time. After max split, its index value, right? Shikawat, I didn't get you. Sorry. Okay, please, would if you can just change your sentence, I think I would like to answer. Let me explain this meantime what you have to do. Okay, we have to, what it says that the question says that you have to write a program, capitalize the first and last letter of each word. I told you if you wanted to capitalize the first word, okay, then you can simply use S is equal to S dot title. S dot title will do our first job. That is changing the first letter to capital. Now if I print S, you will see that already my first letter become capital. First letter of each became capital actually. When I run this code now, when I run this code called hello world, you'll see that the first letter of hello world Python, imagine, hello world Python. Then you see, oh, we don't have TITLE, sorry, the spelling mistake. So I'll run this code now and I'll just give this string again, hello world Python. So it will tell you that hello world Python where every first letter become capital. Okay, Shikawat has a question. Yeah, thank you, Satyam. We write max split 1, so asking this number is an index value or anything else. No, it's not an index value. It is you're telling how many times you want to split. It is telling you how many times you have to split actually. Split by one character one time, or split by two times, or split by three times. Got it, Shikawat? It's not index. That's why -1 makes sense there. It's not index. It's a value. Got it, Shikawat? Okay. So now our job is done. So let's get back to our problem. And the job is done that first character is becoming capital. But I wanted to also make the last character capital. I also wanted to make the last character capital. So how to make the last character capital? What I will do is I will use split method. I will use split method. So I will say S is equal to S dot split, which will convert into actually the list now. You see, when I run this now, you'll see that it has been converted to list actually. So hello, world and Python. You see, I got hello separately, world separately, and Python separately. Now I can pick one by one word and I can make the last letter capital. Very simple. So instead of many times, I will use this directly here so that title and split can be used. So you can change the methods, guys. Sometimes you can change the method. Even you can write directly this thing in the beginning itself. That will be wonderful actually. That will be wonderful, guys. It will get automatically, you will print the string, it automatically does that. That's the beauty of chaining the method, that you see, run the code and you will get the same result here. Oh, I need to remove this and copy hello world Python, and you can see that our job is done. Our job is done. Okay, so that's the beauty of chaining of the method. So strip, remove the leading and trailing spaces. Okay, title will give you the first letter capital and of each word, and split will make you the thing. Now it's job to make the second last letter capital. To do that, I will take a for loop. I'll take each string from that S. I'll take each string from that S, and I'll take the resultant string here. Result is equal to empty string. Okay, result is equal to empty string. I'll say result plus is equal to, every time I will add it. What I will do is, whatever the string I got in I, whatever the string I got in I will take that I as it is from the beginning to -1. I'll read as it is till the last, and the last letter I will make it as capital. I'll say I of -1. You make it to upper. You make it to upper. So that way I can make the last letter capital. So I'm using slicing and indexing here. I'm saying that you read all the string as it is from that I, each word, make the last letter capital and add a space after that. Add a space after that. Add a space after that. Then you print that result, you will get that string where every first and last letter become capital. I hope this line is very clear to everyone. What am I doing here? in this case, I have made the first letter capital. We printed and checked it already. Now I'm taking each word. First time it will get me hello. First time it will get me hello. It will read till the last character as it is, but the last character will become uppercase. The last character will become uppercase. Yeah, I will explain this on my blackboard. Don't worry. But let me run and show you first of all. Let me run and show you here. So I will enter something like hello world, okay, Python. Then you can see that every first and last letter is becoming capital. Every first and last letter is becoming capital. So we're done with our job actually. H became capital, O became capital. Yeah, I will show you. I will show you here. I'll go to my blackboard. I'll show you this example, guys. Okay, where we are. Here we are talking about split, right? So I'll explain you this example here itself. So I will copy paste my code. This is my code actually. Okay, and I'll convert into some color, let's say white color, so that I can explain. Okay, this is my code. Let me explain you what happens in this code now. What happens in this code? So first thing, already we got a string like this. After splitting and after title, my string got something like this. Okay, hello, okay, world and Python. So that we already got, the first letter became capital. The list I got it actually. I've converted the string to list. We know how we converted. Now what it will do is when I say for I in S, first time it will read hello. First time it will read hello. There is a resultant string which is empty string actually. I will concatenate every time and say read from I to I is actually containing this thing now. This is my string now because I have picked the first element from my list. That will be a string. I'm using slicing, and you know that this will be at 0, this will be at 1, 2, 3, 4, this will be -1, -2, and so on. So I'm saying from the beginning you go till -1, so 0 will not be included. So this will actually retrieve me HELL. This will retrieve me HELL, and then -1 means last character I will convert into uppercase. The last character, which is O, I will convert into uppercase. So that has been added in result. So result become this one, and a space will be added. Next time it will it will get next string now, which is world. It will get next string, which is world. Now I contains world. I contains world now. Again, what it will do? World, you read till the last character. So world will be added till the last one, L, and last character will become uppercase now. So D will become uppercase, and concatenate to the resultant string. Concatenate to the resultant string, and finally the last thing will be read, which is Python will be read here. Okay, and then I contains Python, go till last. So PYTHO will be taken, and last character will be converted to uppercase, and space will be added. So that's why we became hello world. Okay, hello world, and then Python. Got it, Nagaraja? Got it, Vamshi? Yes, I value will contain hello, not a single character H, because it is taking from the list actually. It is taking from the list, so it will contain hello, not H actually. So got it everyone, that how to solve this particular problem? Quite interesting problem where we are making first and last character capital to show you the usage of split, guys. But split method is very useful. Split method is very useful actually. Okay, let's conclude this string concept with the last method for our thing. You can just go for more methods if you want. So I can also have one more interesting method called join method. Another useful method, guys. Split, join, stream. These are the methods we use a lot in our programming actually. The join method. You see that none of the program you'll write where you don't use split join method in your future. So hello is considered as index 0 as a whole, or letter H is 0. See, if it is a string, first time if it is an index, it will contain, see, there are two things, guys, list and string. That's what you're all getting confused. If it is a list, then it will be a 0 index, this will be 1 index, this will be second index. But when I use a for loop, the I will contain string, guys, the first string. Then again, H will be a zero index. So it contains both list and string. So inside the for loop, I is different and S is different, guys. S is a list, I will be a string then. So in I, it will be a zero index as H. Udit. Good question from Udit. So that's what you need to understand. S is of type list, guys. It is of type list. But when I use for loop, I will become of string type, guys. I will become a string type then. So it contains only hello, so it will be treated as a zero index again. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Okay, thank you Udit for your question. I hope everyone got clarity, that don't get confused with list and string. Okay, yeah, welcome. So let's go here and talk about the next category. The next category I'm going to talk about is the join method. The join method. Let's see what is this join method will do. Let's see what is this join method will do. It will concatenate. It will concatenate. I should spell correctly. Okay. It will concatenate string. It will concatenate string from an iteratable. It will concatenate string from an iteratable. Iteratable means which can be like a list, tuple or whatever. Okay. So it will convert actually from iteratable, it will convert into string, guys, in short. Okay, it converts into string. Because most of the time you wanted, given a list, you want to convert a string. Suppose you have given a list now, you want to convert a string back. Then you can make use out of it. Then you can make use out of it. Example, first let me show you the syntax. Okay. Syntax here is, you have a join method and I is missing. You have join method and here you can give iteratable. Iteratable. Okay, means any iteratable object. That is a syntax here. This is the syntax. Okay, now let me show you an example here. The example is, for example, okay, for example, you have a list like this. List of, you have something like A, then you have P, then you have P, then you have L, and then you have E. Okay, you have this thing. Now you wanted to say that join this with empty string. If you wanted to convert into a string, then you can say empty string, you join this list. Then the output will be apple, guys. The output will be apple as a complete string. So converting list to a string. So what you are doing is every time it will loop and it will join with an empty string. First it will pick A, join with an empty string. Then P, join with an empty string. Concatenate every time, so it will become apple finally. So whenever you have a list or tuple or something, then you can make use out of this. You can make use out of this. Not only you can concatenate with empty string, if you concatenate with a colon, then every time it will add a colon in between, guys. It will be like A colon P colon P colon L colon E. So how you are going to tell? That way it's going to return you, guys. That way it's going to return you. So you can, it will be useful whenever you wanted to join with any particular character here and converts into a string for you. Let me show you practically, you will understand. For example, you have a list like apple. Okay, A, then you have P, okay. Oh, sorry. You have A, P, then quotation, then again P, then again L, okay. Oh, I'm getting a problem because all the time I'm entering enter. So fine, no problem. So let's go with E, apple. Okay, now the string list ended. Now when I print L, you see that APPLE, apple is getting printed. APPLE, apple is getting printed. Now you wanted to print it as a string, so I can say S is equal to quote dot join with L. You can see here that it will become string type. When I ask him, please tell me the type of S, it tells you that it belongs to class called string. It belongs to class called string here now, right? It belongs to a class called string. Now when I print S, you see it printing me apple. It's printing me apple. It has been converted from list to string. So this is how the join method is very useful, guys, because in programming, you get the output as a list, but you wanted to print it as a string, then you can make use of join method. Then you can make use of join method, so that string will be printed in the form of a string. Because printing the output something like this may not look good, so you wanted to print it as a string apple directly, so you can use this join method all the time. Okay, you can use join method all the time. If I join with some other string here like colon or something, you can see here that if I use hyphen here, then see that apple will be joined in between as a hyphen, APPLE, where hyphen has been concatenated every time. Yes, because it's an immutable Satyam. We are not calling with this object instead of separator. Yeah, we are calling with this object only, the string object. I'm calling with string object, not a separator actually, guys. It's a string object only. So I'm calling with object, but directly. Okay, that's the only thing, Santosh. Otherwise, you're calling with object only, not by separator. Aditi, I hope you got with these examples now. You understood? Okay, we'll see some more examples. You'll get some clarity about it because we are going to use a lot in our future examples. Okay, remember one thing: whenever you got a list and you want to convert into a string, you will use join method. In simple, whenever you got any string, any list, and you want to convert into a string, you will use this join method. You'll use this join method. Got the point, everyone? Okay, so this is the conclusion for string. Okay, but I think, yeah, Snehal says yes, thank you. Obul says yes. Vishwajit, Aditi says got it. So these all we have discussed about the string methods from the string class. It's important. Just 1 minute, guys. Okay, so okay, so shall we go for a new topic now? So we done with string data type, right? It's an important thing. Write a program to find number of times each character repeats in a given string. That you can easily do with dictionary, Aditi. You can do that with dictionary actually. Okay. What you can do is you can use now, like for example, you can take one by one character now. Okay, and you can also do with like count. There are many ways to do it, Aditi, but it's very easy. You can easily do that. Okay, you can use a dictionary and you can just see that count of each word can be stored in a dictionary. No problem, no problem. This includes in our exercises, so we will definitely talk about it in a couple of days because we will cover list, then we will cover tuple, and then we will talk about dictionary. So then you remind me, I will take this exam. Okay, I can show you now, but unnecessary introduction to dictionary will not be a good option then. Okay, anyhow, we are going to do in couple of days, so that's why I will show you in couple of days how to do that problem with dictionary. Okay, yeah, thank you. So let's get started with a new topic now. So actually, anyhow, let's talk start today, and tomorrow we will conclude this topic. Another interesting topic actually. Okay, another interesting topic. So let's get into another blackboard here so that I can start discussing. Okay, next thing I'm going to talk about is the next data type. You remember we were talking about data types actually. Let me also open our which type is used to find the given number is prime or in one line. It's called list comprehension, that what we will be talking about in a moment. Okay, because the next data type I'm going to talk about is list. You remember the first day when we started discussing this data type. This is our first slide. We covered string. Now we are going to talk about list data type. Okay, we are talking about data types, guys. Okay, integer, numeric type we covered already. Sequential type we started, and in sequential type we covered only string. And whatever we discuss in string will apply for list, tuple, byte, and byte array. Okay, so we covered string type. Now we are going to discuss about the list and tuple data type. So in this, what I'm going to introduce you now, the next data type I'm going to introduce you. Both the data types I'm going to start discussing. I will be talking about list versus tuple now. I'm going to discuss about list, okay, versus tuple. So I'm going to introduce you these two data type at one time. I'm going to introduce you these two data type at one time now. Okay, so just get ready. 1-2 minutes you take rest. Okay, so that we'll start discussing about list versus tuple. So make a subheading. Okay, get refreshed, so that we'll start discussing about list versus tuple for next 20 minutes, and tomorrow we will continue with this. Okay. Yes, I'll do it in minute, guys. Oh, sorry. No worries. Okay. I was actually answering to Aditi's. Yeah, I'm speaking, Satyam, and the mic was off. Sorry. So I'm just getting to Aditi's question. So let's get here and see that. Can I do that? I can say s dot count I. I think that will help you, Aditi. Okay, is that okay now, Vishwajit? Okay, let's try this and see whether it is printing or not. Yes, it's printing. Got the point, Aditi? Okay. So your concern is that can we use count? Of course, we can use count, and this is the way you have to use count. Just I took a for loop and I just put one by one character in that and say, let's see how many times the H has been repeated, how many times E has been repeated, L and all. If you wanted to print in same line, obviously you can use end is equal to space. Okay, end is equal to space, that will print you in the same line, or a comma if you want, whatever, so that you can get the output exactly now. Okay, yeah, thank you everyone. So let's get started with our topic now, that we will be talking about list versus tuple. Okay, we will be talking about list versus tuple now. What is list and what is tuple? Okay, let's get started with the first topic I'm going to discuss today is okay, list versus tuple. Now let's talk about first thing. The first point here is creating list and tuple. Creating list and tuple. So I wanted to discuss both this topic together because there will be lot of interview questions regarding list and tuple. There will be lot of interview questions regarding list and tuple, and maximum questions will be covered in this chapter. Okay, about list and tuple, and you will get clarity like what is list and what is tuple actually. So let me start with now. Let me show you how you create a list and how you create a tuple. How you create a list and how you create a tuple. The first point I would like to talk about, the way you create an empty list and empty tuple is like this. If you wanted to create a list in Python, then you all know that you can use a variable name and you can use square brackets. You can use square brackets to ask what is this. So after this, when I ask him, tell me the type of L, it will tell you that I belongs to a class called list. I belongs to a class called list here now. So that will be the output if you ask that tell me the type of L. Similarly, if you say tuple, the way tuple gets created is okay, something with a parenthesis, guys. If you want to create a tuple in Python, you will be using parenthesis. Now when you ask them tell me the type of T, it will tell you that I belongs to a class called tuple. I belongs to a class called tuple. Let me prove you this first of all. Let me prove you this. So I'll go to my this thing here. Okay, now run this code so that I'll get a shell ready. Now if I just say L is equal to an empty list, perfectly fine. When I tell him please tell me the type of L, it will tell you that I belongs to list type. I belongs to a list type. When I say T is equal to parenthesis, when I say T is equal to parenthesis, when I say please tell me of type of T, it will tell you I belongs to a tuple type. Is that everyone clear? That how to create a list in Python and how to create a tuple in Python. How to create a list and how to create a tuple. Yeah, thank you everyone. Yeah, thank you. So the next point I would like to talk about here, the next point I would like to talk about here, if you already know that what are the things, the elements contains in a list, you can directly create that list as well. Like for example, you can say L is equal to, if you know already element, they can be created by comma separated, because the definition of a list and a tuple is list is a collection of element as well as tuple is a collection of elements. List and tuple both are considered as collection of elements actually. So collection of elements means collection of it can be integer elements, it can be string elements, it can be float elements or anything. It's not only homogeneous list or heterogeneous, guys. meaning it can contain any other type as well. Like you can create a list of one integer, one float, okay, one string, anything. So you can create a list of heterogeneous data elements. Same with tuple. This is my first point. Okay, let me use a different color. Generally, I prefer using colors. So one, this one, and second point here. So this is my first point. Let me write down the second point. The second point is list can contain, a tuple can also contain elements, but it should be in a with separated by comma. Okay, or a tuple can also be heterogeneous, guys. So I can say t is equal to 1 comma 2.5 comma hello, 2.5 comma hello here. So that way you give 1 comma 2.5 comma hello here. Understood? Any questions regarding list versus tuple? Difference is only list is mutable. Yeah, we'll talk about Satyam, don't worry. We will be talking about their differences in detail. There's only not one difference, there are many differences. Yeah, right now you can see that brackets are the difference, but tomorrow's class we'll talk about in detail about differences, guys. Now we are just seeing that how to create and how to create a tuple. Okay, next question. Third point, third important point. Can you answer me a question like how to create a list with a single element? How to create a list with a single element? The next important point is how to create a list with a single element. We seen empty list, we seen couple of elements. But the question is in an interview, they will ask you how to create a list with a single element. Element can be integer or string or whatever. No problem. How to create a list with a single element. Anybody? Okay, very good. So L is equal to single element. The single element can be anything. Let's say 999, or let's say a simple thing called 3. Okay, simple element called 3 here now. Perfect. Okay, let's check. Let's check. When I just say type of L, it will print me list type only. List type only. Okay, now I just go here. I say L is equal to square brackets 3, and I press enter. When I ask him, please tell me the type of L, it will tell you I belongs to list type. When I say L, it prints me L. It prints me L. The next thing, okay, can you tell me what is L multiplied by 2? What is L multiplied by 2 now? Anybody? What is L multiplied by 2? 3 comma 3. Very good, Satyam. What happened? Satyam is okay. 3 comma 3. Very good, Ubul. Everybody following, because I know the next half an hour you get, but you need to be get charged because it's a new topic, and we need the same kind of thing as you had at the beginning of the session. Yeah, thank you, Ubul, for confirming that you're following. Let me check with others. Is everyone following? Because it's an important topic, guys. Okay, it's an important topic. I thought of starting tomorrow, but it's good. Like we start today and we will conclude tomorrow, so that saves our time. Okay, already we are lacking, so we need to cover up. So L into 2 will give you 3 comma 3, right? It gives you 3 comma 3. Now next question. Next question. Same thing here. How to create a single element in the tuple? How to create a single element in the tuple? How to create a single element in the tuple? Yeah, Satyam is too fast. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, very good. So the single element you can create a new tuple, something like this. T is equal to, let's say 3. Let's say 3. And you know, when I ask him, please tell me the type of T, can you guess what will be the answer now? Can you guess what will be the answer now? T is equal to parenthesis 3, and I'm asking tuple. I'm asking tuple. Okay, so Aditi says it will be tuple. Okay, let me check with others as well. Are you all following how to create a single element in tuple? Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay. So let's do practically. This is why it's an important interview question I told you. So it's not straightforward, guys. It's not straightforward. When you say tuple and take parenthesis and write 3, it perfectly accepted. But guys, when I ask him, tell me the type of T, it will not tell you tuple, it is tell you integer type. That's the problem here. It will tell you that it belongs to integer type, not the tuple type. Because parenthesis does not make tuple, guys. That's what Aditi was asking, but I should correct Aditi now that parenthesis does not make tuple, Aditi, because parenthesis can also be used for a general expression as well. Parenthesis will not make the tuple. What it makes tuple is the comma. So how to make a single tuple is the comma after this. It's mandatory to put a comma to tell it's a tuple type. Understood, everyone? That's what Ubul has sent me privately, but I need to be silent that time because I have to maintain suspense. Yes, you can make a single element in the list, but not in a tuple, because parenthesis can also be used for general expression as well. So he thinks that you are using this parenthesis just like an expression. Okay, so it will be taken as a 3 now. So that's why when I say 3 multiplied by 2, it will not be 3 comma 3, it will be 6 now. It will be 6. So this is a very common mistake we will do. So we'll make sure that it will be a tuple. Then I have to use comma after that, compulsory. 3 comma here, and you just press enter, and now you say 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, it will be 2 comma 2. When I ask him, please tell me the type of T, it will tell you I belongs to tuple type. I belongs to tuple type here. Getting the point, everyone? How to create a single element in tuple? Yeah, that's true. That's very good. He maintained that suspense. Thank you, Ubul, and thank you, Satyam. Yes, yes. If you print T only, then also gets printed. Yeah, I'll show the IDLE. Please go through with that. So this is sometimes interview question, like how to create a single element in the tuple. So make sure that you give a comma after that. Okay, everyone, is this slide okay? Okay, thank you for confirming. So please check all these points and please tell me, is all points clear till now? We've seen how to create a list and we've seen how to create a tuple. I think it's good to learn comparatively because you can get the differences very easily. There are similarities and there are differences. You can catch up. Okay, yeah, thank you everyone. So let's go for the fourth point now, the final point. The fourth point is you can also create a list and a tuple with a function called list. Okay, you can make use of this function called list here now. Okay, so we do have a function called list which takes an iteratable object which is optional. Okay, iteratable object, meaning you can create list from any iteratable, actually from any iteratable. Same with here, you can use a tuple function and you can use this iteratable, and you can create a tuple from any iteratable. Like you have a string, you can convert into list or a tuple, and you have a list, you can tuple, you can convert to list or vice versa. So iteratable can be anything, guys. Iteratable here can be anything. It can be actually a tuple, okay? It can be string, it can be range, etc. Any iteratable which can be iterate, not an integer, guys, not an integer. So it's not about typecasting a bool, but it will be a function which convert from one iteratable type to another iteratable type. Sometimes we can create a list, empty list using this actually. We can create empty list using this. Let me show you an examples here so that we will conclude today's topic and then we'll start a new topic tomorrow. Means continue this list and tuple tomorrow. Like you can say list instead of square brackets, some people will use this to create empty list. This is how you can create an empty list. Similarly, you can create an empty tuple like this, tuple, and create an empty tuple. So when you print T, it creates an empty tuple. So this creates you an empty list and this creates you an empty tuple here now. But if you have already a string called hello, and you want to convert into a list, you know that one is split method, other one is your list method. You can say list of S, it will create you L as list now. So string has been converted to a list. So hello has been converted to hello. It will not find space, guys. It will not work like a split, but generally, it will take that string and converts into a list. Something similar you can also convert into a tuple. You can say t is equal to tuple of s. Tuple of s, that will convert into tuple now. That way, hello has been converted into tuple. So list converts hello and tuple converts into tuple here. Understood, everyone? Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone. So this is how you can convert from any iteratable to, and also you can convert list to tuple and tuple to list. Yeah, I will repeat once again. So we are talking about the fourth point, Shikawat, that we can use this list method. I can give any iteratable object here, like list, string, range, or whatever. So you have this string, hello, and I wanted to convert into a list. So I can say L is equal to list of S. So here I give an empty bracket, so it created me empty list. But if I just give string here, it convert the string to list now. And if I give s here, it will convert string to tuple here now. It will convert string to tuple. Sometime you remember we took this range function also. Suppose you wanted to generate a list of 1 to 100 or 1 to 20. Then you can give like this. It will create you a list of 1 to 20. It will create you a list of 1 to 20, same like with tuple also. Same with tuple also. So you can use this iteratable object and you can generate list or tuple. You can generate list or tuple. So that way it will convert into tuple now. When I press here, I print L, it prints me a tuple here. I hope with these examples you got this, Shikawa, you got the point, how to create a list and how to create a tuple. Okay, thank you, Shikawa. Yeah, thank you. So I hope everyone understood list versus tuple till now. But lot more to discuss, guys. Tomorrow we will discuss about list and tuple, and then we will conclude with some example problems and start solving. I hope now you can solve maximum problems from set 2. Okay, start solving those problems. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Vishwajit. So we'll take a leave now. Okay, have a good day. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day. Have a great day. Thank you, Vishwajit. Bye. Yeah, Nitesh, everyone, thank you. So this is my blackboard, guys. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. I make it little smaller so that you can take a screenshot. Sorry, SK, which one you're talking about? I think I haven't seen your question. Yeah, still I have to I have to discuss map function. Okay, if you want, I'll show you today. You want me to show? Okay, it's okay. I can show you because split can help you, but it will convert into a list, guys. Okay, yeah, I will show you. I don't know whether we have it or not. Okay,